So the Z Fold 7 already feels like the peak of foldables. Super slim, ultra durable, and easily Samsung's most premium fold yet. But now we've got 7 huge updates for the Z Fold 8, and they could push foldables even further. So, according to a brand new report out of South Korea, Samsung's switching back to carbon fiber for the Fold 8's backplate. Honestly, that sounds like a step back, especially after how rock-solid titanium felt. Titanium played a big role. It held up crazy well under pressure, and that strength was a huge part of the Fold 7's appeal. So the real question is, why is Samsung switching back now? First, China's the world's biggest supplier of titanium, and with the ongoing trade tensions between the US and China, getting enough of that material isn't exactly easy right now. And second, here's where the S Pen comes in. Titanium and stainless steel haven't exactly played nice with the S Pen, but carbon fiber? That's the one material Samsung's always used on Fold models that support the S Pen. So, does this mean the S Pen is making a comeback? Well, it's not just about the backplate material. Another roadblock has been the digitizer layer. Samsung ditched it on the Z Fold 7 to keep things slim. And judging by how well that phone's doing, users clearly care more about thinness than the pen. Still, Samsung executive has made it clear. Samsung is developing thinner, innovative S Pen technology. We'll reconsider it once it reaches a high level of perfection, and if there's enough consumer demand. Now that sounds familiar. Last year we saw a similar report. They're working with HiDeep on a new S Pen that works without a digitizer or even a battery. It wasn't ready in time for the Fold 7, but now the signs are adding up. It's starting to look like the S Pen might finally return on the Fold 8. Let's move on to another big change. Samsung's reportedly redesigning the hinge for one goal, a truly creaseless display this time. The Z Fold 7 already improved a ton. But if the reports are true, the Fold 8 might be Samsung's first ever foldable with a completely flat, crease-free display. Fine Tech, a major supplier of metal plate hinges, is now dropping 17.5 billion Korean won to build laser-drilled metal plates for foldable displays. That's a huge shift from the current etched hinge process Samsung's been relying on. It's expensive, it's new, but the question is why? One word: Apple. Samsung's already making foldable displays for Apple's upcoming iPhone Fold. And Apple? They want a perfect screen without any crease or compromise. And this isn't like competition from Chinese brands, which, let's be honest, don't directly compete with the Z Fold lineup in the US or Europe. This is Apple. And if they launch a cleaner foldable in 2026, while Samsung's still got a crease, it's gonna hurt. So it's no surprise Samsung wants to get ahead. If this report holds up, both the Z Fold 8 and Apple's first foldable could launch with flat crease-free displays. Speaking of displays, Samsung just introduced Mont-Flex display, what they're calling the peak of foldable display tech. And honestly, that might not be an exaggeration. Here's what Mont-Flex brings to the table. It's Samsung's most mechanically durable foldable display ever. It's opto-mechanically flat. It allows for thinner bezels around the screen. And it's both thinner and lighter than the OLED panels used before on the Folds. The Z Fold 7's display was already insanely tough. One YouTuber ran it through 200,000 folds, no problem. A global team pushed it to 500,000 and it still passed. To put that in perspective, if you open and close your phone 100 times a day, the Fold 7 could last you over 10 years. But we're not done yet. Early leaks hint at a 5,000 mAh battery, a bigger inner display, and even better cameras. Now, to be fair, these are still early leaks. The Fold 7 just launched, so things could change. But if we do see these upgrades, it would make sense. The Galaxy S26 Edge, for example, is only 5.5 millimeters thin and still fits a 4,200 mAh battery. So a phone like the Fold 8 with double the size, it can definitely hit 5,000 mAh. If Samsung uses the Mont-Flex tech, that thinner bezel could also allow for a bigger screen. And finally, we already know the S26 Ultra is getting camera upgrades. So yeah, don't be surprised if the Fold 8 picks up a few of those upgrades too. If you haven't seen the full S26 Ultra camera upgrades, I've already covered it in a separate video. Click right here to check it out. This is Techtics, and I'll see you there.